It is a very sad day, and it is with a heavy heart that we come before the members of the fourth estate, that we address the country and we address the county on this matter. Personally, I didn't imagine in my life that I will be back in these trenches to address the media in the presidency of William Ruto on banditry. I didn't imagine at all that after the struggle that we went through to deliver the presidency of William Ruto, we will be back in these trenches crying because of the same banditry. We have appeared before you, before the president of this country, and we have explained to him the situation here in the ground. We have explained to Kindiki, but it's with a heavy heart that we are now forced to go back to the streets, to go back to the trenches, and speak on behalf of our people. What is happening is a classic case of sabotage. And we want the president of this country to listen, and those around the president to actually engage him. Your Excellency, you are being sabotaged. There's no operation happening in North Rift. What is happening is PR and a classic case of a coleslaw. No operation. If anybody is reporting any operation, there's no operation at all. And according to our statement, we have confirmed to you that we actually believe that bandits are aware of this coleslaw. We even believe there are elements in the security system who are cooperating with the bandits. There's no way that bandits would be so emboldened more than any other time with attacks that are so coordinated in Samburu, in Baringo, in Elgeyo Marakwet, and in Turkana, when the president of this country assigned an operation order. When KDF support has been cassetted, and bandits are just walking idly, bandits are all over. We are crying here like now you've seen. We have injured people, we have people killed, and more killings are going on. So this is a classic case of sabotage. And we believe that there's a scheme to sabotage the presidency of William Ruto and paint William Ruto as incompetent, paint this government as incompetent, and in the process, set up the communities in the North Rift against the president. We are increasingly being pushed to begin to engage the president. And that is the intention of the saboteurs. And that is why in our statement, and we are beginning this engagement properly, we will not be silent when our people are being killed. We will not be silent when our people are being butchered. We have said, and we want to make this from the presence of the County Assembly of Baringo. We have said that we want the President of the Republic of Kenya to take charge of the operation. Let him come out personally. Kindiki is all over the place, but nothing is moving. Kindiki is clearly being sabotaged. IG has never been to these areas. In fact, by giving police officers autonomy to control their own money, it looks like we shoot ourselves in the foot, because we now have a system that does not listen to the cabinet secretary and engage at all in all this. So we have said we want the president to take charge. We want to plead with you, Your Excellency, calm down and listen to your people and save your people and save this particular area of North Rift and take charge of the operations personally. Take charge of everything that is happening. In fact, if you were to ask me, you need to reflect and get proper advice on exactly what is happening, on exactly the saboteurs that are doing this. Maybe you may need to do a reshuffle all the way from downwards, all the downwards operation commanders that are there and all that, and have a system that will actually respect what you are doing. Otherwise, it will not make sense that because where else that a president of a country can give a command ahead of state and nothing is going on. That the reports we are given is that KDF was injured, or a chief was killed in Samburu. Every day we are having people killed here. I mean, there's a classic case of sabotage here. So that is our item number one. Number two, we have said, why have the NPR for Baringo delayed? Why is the NPR for Samburu, Elgeyo Marakwet, and other places already given out? Why is the one for Baringo delayed? Is somebody trying to punish Baringo because of the stand we took in supporting the president? Is somebody in the office of the IG and the security agencies around here trying to set us up against the president so that there's a cause law against Baringo because of the position that we have always taken when it comes to supporting this presidency? So that we are being pushed to get angry at the president by elements of saboteurs within the system. That is part of the sabotage we were talking about. The last item that we have pleaded is KDF appears to have their hands tied, appears not to have the right command. The KDF we are seeing here is not the KDF we know. And instead of having KDF waste money in moving around in uniforms and all that and doing nothing, let us take a petition. Let the National Security Council in law, mandated in law, take the petition to the National Assembly to have the KDF approved so that KDF can be able to run the operation properly. That is what we are pleading. Otherwise, there's no need of having KDF here. If we do not have the parliamentary approval and we do not have a proper command, then there's absolutely no need of wasting taxpayers' money to have KDF here and they are doing nothing. You know, it's better that we either enable them to function or we actually retreat them back to the gallery. Because the damage which has been done is that we have an impression that KDF is here. Then the police officers that were active previously have gone on a cause law so that we have a supremacy battle, we have a confusion, there's a natural battle, I don't know, between KDF and police officers. In fact, from the moment KDF set in here, the situation has gone out of hand in what we believe is a supremacy battle and lack of coordination. So instead of wasting taxpayers' money and having KDF move around here in cars and waste taxpayers' money, let us approve them through the normal parliamentary process. Or we recall them back to the gallery, we recall them back to the barracks. Then we have the police officers do the work. Because then we are having this confusion in the process, we are having many people killed. So this is one of our first statements. We reached this position with a heavy heart. And it's the beginning of an engagement. As the 4 MCS from the affected areas, we are the grassroots leaders. We are the people who listen to this pain every day. We are the people who receive the complaints, the venting of the frustrations of our people every day. And we have begun this engagement. Moving forward, we will be releasing more statements on what happens. We will be having more motions in the county assembly here. We will be having more engagement, even to our brothers from Tiati. These are your sons and daughters killing us. And it cannot be business as usual. We cannot be smiling to each other in this town when we are being butchered and you have the capacity, in your capacity as leaders, to actually talk to your people. Kamket as the member of parliament from that area. The fact that you joined us in Kenya Kwanza does not give your people the license to kill our people. So we will be having a proper engagement moving forward. We will be having our motions coming forward. We will be having proposals on how to engage moving forward. And if push comes to shove, we will have demonstrations, we will have public engagements, we will have petitions, and at one point we will be forced to consider whether this country has the capacity to engage banditry, or we escalate it to the United Nations or African Union or other agencies that are able to supplement what the government is doing. We didn't imagine that we will go that extent. We didn't imagine for at all times that under the presidency of William Ruto, we would be back in these streets. Baringo occupies a central place, a central role in delivering the presidency of William Ruto. And it would not have occurred to any of us that we will still be here crying. We have cried in many governments. The only time we had a proper operation was under the presidency of Daniel Moi. We have cried under Kenyatta. We have cried under this other Kenyatta that left and Kibaki. It would be shameless, it would be shameful that under the presidency of a man we died for, our people rallied for, we will be back on the streets crying. But that is what we are being forced. And that's why we are telling you, Your Excellency, you are being supported and your community is being set up against you. Please wake up and smell the coffee. You have the mandate, you were given the mandate, you were given the sword. And a time has come for us to begin to talk to each other properly. You know, so that we don't give too much attention to the demonstrations of Raila Odinga, you know, the masquerading in Nairobi, when we have a much more bigger problem here at home. So this is the beginning of an engagement. We will have more engagements. We will voice our voices, and the struggle has begun. Thank you.